let's talk about Chelsea versus Man United, because full week on the training ground. Man United should be better now going into the weekend fixtures when the other teams are travelling all around Europe. They've got an extra fixture to deal with. Man United should be fresh. They should be well drilled. They should have time to trial out new formations, but we know that's not going to happen.
That's never going to happen under this manager.
No.
Should United go into this game as having a very good chance? I'm not going to say favourites, but is this a 50-50 game, or is this Chelsea are strong favourites because they've been so much better this season?
I think it's more of a throw-up than people might think because of what you just alluded to there. This is the first time where not having a midweek game is actually going to help us quite a bit. Chelsea have just travelled back and forth from Germany, played a tough game away at the Allianz. Cole Palmer's coming off the back of an injury. Enzo didn't look amazing. Caicedo gave away a penalty. So it's actually not the worst time to come up against Chelsea. But listen, United, we're not in a good space. We're not in a good space. And before the show, I said to you, midfield battle. It's not just that I think that it's the 3v2 which is the problem, but it's also the fact that Caicedo, I think, is outstanding. Enzo on his day can be really good. And it depends who you play in the 10. But either way, number-wise, we could be outnumbered in midfield. But actually, quality-wise as well, we could be outdone in midfield as well. And listen, we're not scoring goals right now. And Mbeumo's got 1 goal this season. Bruno's got 1 goal. No. He scored against...
He scored the league, didn't he?
Burnley. He scored against Burnley.
And so did
Bruno. And so did Bruno. Other than that, our goals have been own goals. We're not scoring goals at all. So if we're to get any kind of result out of this Chelsea game, it would need to be a 1-0, 2-1 max, because we're not scoring any more than 2. The only saving grace in that aspect, actually, I don't think Chelsea's defence is that good. And I think they'll give us opportunities. But it's a weird game to call. It really is, because Man United are a weird team. Like, we played so well against Arsenal. We've actually typically, under Ruben Amorim, played better against the bigger sides anyway.
You're playing the champions of the world now, so you can't get a bigger team than Chelsea.
Facts.
Yeah.
Say it again. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
I think we're all right defensively, though. Nick says we're not good defensively. I mean, we have just conceded 5 goals to Bayern Munich and Brentford combined, but before that we had a couple of clean sheets.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about us defensively, Matisse?
I think we just have moments, poor moments. I wouldn't say we're defensively poor in large parts of fixtures. I feel like there is individual errors, especially last night. Yeah. It was only errors. Every single goal we conceded was an error. Brentford, you can look at the errors. Obviously, that is part of defending, and that is why you're saying obviously the defence is a bit shaky. They just need to focus and concentrate, because Chelsea before these games were in a very good defensive run in terms of the goals conceded from probably Fulham away all the way to the early parts of this season. Chelsea defensively were pretty airtight. They were pretty solid. So I just feel like it's been a bad week defensively. I need them to step up now. I don't know if Sesko is going to start. Would you say he's definitely going to start? Because I would actually, if I was you, I'd actually almost want him to be on the bench and maybe go in Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, and maybe Ahmad or someone, just to try and go back to something more familiar instead of trying to. Because right now, every time Sesko plays,
target man,
he doesn't have a touch. He doesn't really get involved. He's not involved in the game. It doesn't seem like you guys know how to play to him.
No, the thing is, I agree with what you're saying, but he hasn't really he hasn't actually played all that much, really. So we started against Man City in a game where we just didn't do that well. Because basically, once Man City sat in their block, because they actually low blocked us for quite a bit of that second half. Yep. Once they went into that low block, we couldn't do anything. So I think to say that Sesko can't get involved is a little bit unfair right now, just because I don't think that there's enough game time to look at there.
Is Cunha fit as well?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, he might be on the bench.
Yeah.
He might get 20, 15 minutes, but he won't be starting for sure. It's a hamstring problem. Same with Mason Mount. Mason Mount could make the bench, but not going to start. And Cunha's a massive miss for us. Huge. But him and Mbeumo have been our 2 bright sparks this season, and both. And Mbeumo is going to be there, of course, but Cunha out is a big miss.
Desperate. You can see both Mbeumo and Cunha, they're desperate to justify the price tag, to the confidence the managers put in them. Like, you can see that they really want to impress, and they're giving it 100%. But the injury doesn't help. But I look at that matchup and just think the way Chelsea are attacking right now, they're going to cause United all sorts of problems at the back. And United defensively obviously have looked shaky with Luke Shaw playing left centre back. We saw then Maguire come on and contribute to. I can't get over Amorim making these 70-minute centre back substitutions. I've never known a manager like it.
Don't get me
Every
started.
game without
Maguire.
fail. There's a centre-back sub. I don't get it. Centre-backs should play 90 minutes if they're fit. Like,
Yeah.
what is with changing your centre-backs? Maguire comes on and, yeah, Haaland does Haaland things. But Cole Palmer's going to have momentum. João Pedro's going to had a great start to the season. I wonder if someone like Esteval even gets a start. He didn't
Hopefully,
play in the week. Like, if he
maybe
comes in on
Garnacho
the right,
could start as well on the left. You never
that would
know
be
against his old
fire.
club. So that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Garnacho
Three
winner.
bags against us.
Garnacho winner. That's what we were worried about with Jackson when he came on, but he shot from the halfway line. So
So Chelsea are gonna, I mean, how do you see this one going then? If we're gonna do a prediction, like I see a 2-0 Chelsea win.
I think it's going to be a very. I don't think it's a fun game for the neutral.
No, it never is.
No, I think it's going to be a very bland type of game potentially, but I think we will sneak the win.
Yeah.
If I didn't think that, then I'd be in trouble because we have to beat this team. Like the record is there, but they are a poor side. We need to win that game. So especially after what happened last weekend as well, I feel like we're a little bit behind schedule, so to speak, with that Brentford draw, the last minute equaliser. So Chelsea need to step up and prove a point, make a statement, because the Bayern Munich defeat as well, that doesn't look great on the score. Obviously the game is the game, but yeah, Chelsea need to win that game badly. So I'm going to go with like a 2-1 win.
2-1. And Nick, I mean, if Chelsea do have a convincing win and it's another poor performance from United, pressure on Amorim. We say it every week, but
I think he should already be gone. If I'm being completely honest, I think it's already. You can see where it's going already, and I just feel like we're delaying the inevitable. I think he should already be, because you can talk about long-term projects, but listen, no successful long-term project starts like this. Even Arteta, who had a bad first 10 games, it was 10 games. It wasn't one whole season. Because we're near enough a year now. So, yeah, for me, he should already be gone. But like I said, I feel like we're delaying. And this, even if we go to and beat Chelsea, I don't think it does all that much for me as a fan. I still see the underlying issues there, to be honest with you.
Cameron's a United fan. Of course, I join at this part of the show. £2 super chat. Thank you, mate, for sending. And do hit the like button if you're watching. And yeah, Nick, final question on United then, and let's just go back to that formation. I've mentioned the substitutions at 70, which I hate from Amorim for the centre backs, but the formation he's set in his ways, he keeps coming out post match and saying he's not willing to try a 4-3-3, for example. But when we look at the midfield matchups against teams like Man City, watch that midfield matchup against Chelsea's three, which includes Caicedo, they're going to look short. If it's Bruno and Agate or Bruno and Casemiro, every time we say it, they just look short in the middle of the park when he plays the two.
We're going to get overrun again. Like, it's the same theme that we've been seeing now for so long. I've never seen a team essentially ignore their midfield as much at United as I have under Ruben Amorim. We don't want to play through them. We want to play through the fullbacks. Bruno, when he does get on the ball, he gets on it in a centre-back position, not in a midfield position. So yeah, listen, it's going to be another game where Chelsea's midfield, and basically most midfields in the Premier League, look better than ours. Southampton last season, their midfield overran and outplayed our midfield, and it was only an Ahmad hat-trick towards the end of the game that saved us. So yeah, it's going to be the same again. Like I said earlier, Caicedo, I think he's an outstanding player. Yeah. Honestly, I think he's excellent. And I think him alone is such a boost for Chelsea. In this game in particular, he will run the show.
Yeah,